My scenario is a student athlete is on the sideline of a football game. During the third quarter, your team's running back scores a touchdown, pushing your team ahead, leaving your team in a good place to qualify for the sectional tournament. You are walking the sidelines and watching the field regularly without any noticeable issues. During one of your passes on the sidelines, you overhear another student athlete tell another that he had heard that the running back had a headache. He's in the game at this point. What decision do you take in the moment? I personally would pull him after the play was over so that I could evaluate him. So I would go up to the coach and let him know that the running back needed to come out immediately. Yes, it was just a rumor that but headaches aren't something that we want to mess around with. He would need evaluated for a concussion sooner rather than later, so that if he does have one, he can be pulled permanently, so things don't get worse. Headaches don't necessarily mean a concussion, which we all know, and if he doesn't have a concussion, then he shouldn't miss very many plays, especially if the coach calls a timeout or something like that to give me time to evaluate him. But the NATA position statement states that any athlete suspected of sustaining a concussion should be immediately removed from participation and evaluated by a physician or designate. So, like, obviously, if the physician gives you orders, yes, you're going to be able to evaluate for concussion. You're going to be able to pull that athlete. The coaches should already have been talked to about concussions and educated on them, so theoretically this shouldn't be that big of an issue. The athlete probably should have come and told you that he had a headache, but he was probably scared that he was going to be pulled, and he wasn't thinking about his health at that point. He was thinking about winning the game, because to a lot of athletes, the game is the most important thing at that moment. They don't think about their future or things like that. So that kind of plays into your role of where you have to go and stop them so that you can keep their safety, because the game is definitely not as important as their safety and their future. Something really bad could happen if they continue to play with concussion, which is why it's important to pull them immediately if you suspect a concussion, or if, in this case, you hear that they have a headache.